Hey guys, Justin, Two Stall Garage. I've got kind of an interesting one today. 2009 Ford Taurus, as you've seen on the thumbnail, this is the limited model. It's got the 3.5 in it, V6, and it's got a Misfire code. Now, quick backstory on this car. It had a misfire on cylinder number 6. Now that cylinder is in the front left as you're sitting in the vehicle driving, front left of the engine bay, so it's easily accessible. I went ahead and I bought a spark plug from O'Reilly because we did a change right there in the parking lot of O'Reilly Auto Parts. We were not at home, we're actually a couple hours away out of town. It's not my car, it's my daughter's car. And I went with the auto light because I just wasn't paying attention, they were almost closed. But what was in there was Bosch. Replaced the spark plug, here's what happened. No change. Misfire still occurring, and then it threw a code for the injector circuit. There was no fuel on the plug, so injector's bad, let's fix it. I ordered a standard product injector for this, cost around $25, something like that. I'll put it up right here for you. Bing! Okay, there it is. Mid-20s, not very expensive. Fired it up after I replaced the injector. Put the auto light spark plug in, keep that in mind. And it ran as smooth as can be. The misfire code cleared almost right away. And my daughter drove it for a day just around town. And the next day she said, hey, something's wrong with my car. It's really jerking around. I said, is the engine light on? Nope, it's not on. Okay. Well, I'm glad to know it's not a misfire then. It's just something else potentially. Well, I get down and I take a look at it. And you can see with the AC on that this thing is misfiring. So let me show you here. Here it is, 2009 model. With the AC on, it would just shimmy back and forth like that. I already took the spark plug out this morning, and I was showing it to you right over here. Auto light versus Bosch. Now this is the new one. I threw the box away already this morning. I don't need it. I'm gonna keep it no matter what. But this is the auto light, and when I took it out, I could see that it had fuel on it. Now the one thing that I did notice is this has got, I mean, it's a little dirty for not running a whole lot of miles, so I wonder if we're having a cylinder issue. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna throw this one in, and we're gonna take it for a drive. And then we're gonna see if the misfire code clears, and if it just drives without skipping a beat, because remember, I put a new injector for cylinder number 6 in. Now, you could say, well, what if it's got a valve issue or something like that? That spark plug looks pretty dirty for a short amount of driving. It's probably got 300 miles on it since I did that. However, there was no fuel on the spark plug when I went to replace it at O'Reilly Auto Parts. It was bone dry. As soon as I replaced the injector, it started running smoothly again. So I do believe the injector was the issue. Now my question is that standard parts injector bad? And will this OEM Motorcraft injector solve the issue? These are pretty small. There's not a lot to them. They look just like a standard products injector. Standard products, in my opinion, based on what I have heard, is good. I talked to the guys at O'Reilly Auto Parts and they said, yeah, you know, the standard parts are good. You can buy them in the red. That means they meet OE expectations or quality requirements. If you buy them and it's a blue standard box, that means that they have done an improvement to the OE product and now it's supposed to be better, exceed OEM specifications. So I don't think that that is going to be the issue, but I could be surprised. Let's put this in. Something I just like to show you guys is I'm using this Man. Bought it off of Amazon. It's a magnetic spark plug socket set. Now this isn't metric, I don't know. It's got a 14 millimeter in there, 9/16, 5/8, that type of stuff. So I think it works good, but I'm gonna show you something kind of interesting. All right, so it's interesting to me anyways. If I grab the new Bosch, that's what all the other 5 are in here. If I take my 5/8 magnetic socket and I put it over it, goes over it just fine, clicks right in, and it's right where it's supposed to be. I like these magnetic sockets. Now check this out. Okay, I've got the auto light right here. Auto light, Bosch. Yep. Everything looks the same. There is a tiny little difference in the length of this. So I shouldn't say everything looks the same. So let me show it to you on the bench. Right here, you can see, maybe, they are butted up right next to each other. In this, the threads, maybe this one has a little bit more thread. This is the auto light. It's your new Bosch. But you can see this is a little bit shorter right there. So if I take this right here and I try to put it on the auto light, it does not go in any farther than that. But if I pull this out, and I put this one in, boop, right in there. Strange, huh? So I'm not going to waste a lot of time showing you guys this, but I'm just going to spark plug in first. It's really cool with these magnetic ones. You can get a long one. This is 5/8, of course. And I'm probably going to cut away from this in just a second or so. Maybe I'll talk to you guys. How's your day going? Good, that's good. I'm going to button this up. It's very simple on the 3.5. Moose is barking. Let's get this tight here. Farmers are starting to harvest out here, so Moose is a little bent out of shape. That's okay. All right, so we've got our coil, throw it on, done, and connect it up, done. And I'm gonna take you, and next time I see you, we're gonna be firing up the car and going out for a little ride, and we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, you can see I got it all buttoned up. Everything's tight, we're looking good. I'm really hoping that it was just a spark plug mismatch that was causing that misfire, and that this injector right here is good. This is the one that I replaced. This is number 6. So I don't know if it alternates or if it goes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't remember, but I do remember that this is 6. And if I have to take this injector out to replace it with the OEM, then I got to take the intake off, no big deal. Take the air box off, no big deal. Take the throttle body off, no big deal. The problem lies where I have to take the fuel line and disconnect it, and it just pukes fuel everywhere. Now I've tried running the car without the fuel pump, and just because they say run the car without the fuel pump fuse, but it won't start. So maybe I need to start it up and then pull that fuse so it stays running. But if I pull it before it's running, it just cranks and cranks and cranks. Regardless, let's take this for a drive. Just left the tools right here. Hopefully we don't need you. This is about $80. You got to pay shipping, so it's about 13 bucks for shipping if you buy it from O'Reilly. See if we can see any of the truckers driving by out there. I hear them. Hop in there, buddy. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Good boy. This car might not look too clean on the outside, but boy, on the inside it sure is nice. It is just a nice car. It's pretty luxurious, actually. First thing, fire it up. I'm not going to bring the code reader. We're just going to drive it straight on. It does have an airbag light. There's a sensor underneath the seat that I think went bad. Here we go. Try not to run into anything or run over any chickens. Chickens like to run in the shop, you guys know that. So I'm going to try to close it down and not have to chase them. We'll see if it makes it down or if they run in. So far, so good. Keep going. Look at that mooser. No chickens even went in there, buddy. I mean, to me it feels perfectly normal right now, but that is deceiving. Let's try to get up to about 45. See if it starts bouncing around. Is the new Bosch spark plug going to be the reason? We're going to find out here. Be the spark plug, be the spark plug, be the spark plug. I'll be right back. All right, so I can't really tell on the gravel road, but I think it's fixed. And I'm glad for that because I don't want to take that other injector out and replace it. I can do it just fine, but I don't want to have gas everywhere and worry about cleaning all that up. So, just so everybody knows, we've got the check engine light still on. We've got the AC on. because when the AC compressor would run, this thing would be jumping all over the place. I can tell you right now, it's not doing any of that. And when you get up to 45 to 65, it bounces, it starts chugging, just really pulsing back and forth. Now for the fun part. You think it's fixed, that's great. I don't have any license plates on this because the owner of the car bought a new car. It is still insured, it is still registered, but I don't feel like getting pulled over. But you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna have to take it down the highway for at least a few miles. We got about three miles till the turn to go home. Just waiting for a car here. Moses is sitting in the front seat. Look at this. Normally he sits in the back right away, but it's like this is a different car, so he doesn't know what to do with himself. Right, buddy? He still wants to look out the window, though. All right. I am a fan of citizens on patrol, or police officers, actually. I support them very much. I just don't want to get pulled over. Here we go. Let's do it. See, getting in the trouble zone right now. Nothing. We're gonna get all the way through that trouble zone with no issues whatsoever. This is where it'd really be struggling because I got it under load. It is doing good. It's windy out. Okay, I'm gonna meet you back in the shop. If anything changes between now and then, I'll let you know. Look at that, just like that, we're back in the shop. Well, that is it. I am gonna call that a very good outcome, and it's something that we should all pay attention to. I think why this is a little bit darker colored than it should be for the amount of miles that it has on it is because it was misfiring. Now, I don't know if Autolite has a weaker spark. I know there's a lot of science that goes into it when they, how they work type of stuff. You would think that if it recommends it for the car, it should be close enough so that way it doesn't cause a misfire if you have a different spark plug in a different cylinder. But there's apparently enough of a difference where if you mismatch your spark plugs on certain applications for sure, that it's going to cause a problem. Crystal is bouncing she's bouncing the camera all over the place, guys. Crystal, hi. She's always good for that. I just kind of ignore it. Sometimes you notice it, sometimes you don't. So there it is, Autolite. We're going to get rid of this one. And then we're going to put our tools away. I use the socket set with that magnetic spark plug attachment. Socket 5/8. Got the little 1/4 inch right there, 3/8, 1/4 inch. Yep. Got the Bluetooth blue driver for the codes. And then I'm going to put the OEM spark plug back in the box. This is going to go back to O'Reilly. If you're looking to do an OEM one, you can pick them up from O'Reilly Auto Parts. But as we've proven today, that standard one did fix the issue. Just beware, if you're going to test something like, okay, I want to see if the spark plug is bad, which is why I've got a cylinder 6 misfire, don't just say, give me your cheapest plug and let's throw it in there and test it. Get a good one, or try to get one that matches all the other plugs that you've got in your engine. I wouldn't have had any problems with that. Maybe my daughter wouldn't have gotten a new car. So maybe she's happy about it because she did get a new car. Maybe she's thinking, wow, for $8, my car, I'm selling it for an $8 fix. But either way, both cars are running good. Her new car runs good. Her old car runs good now. And we are going to send that down the road. So I hope you guys have a good day. It is always good to hang out with you. We'll talk to you next time. From our garage to yours. Bye-bye. All right, Mooser. Let's go.